Hello lovely people, today I'm going to be telling you guys what you can expect from your level 3 diploma. I had to really dig my old files and see what kind of stuff we did on the course because I could not remember anything. So yeah, let me not waste time and get straight into the video. So I went to a college in Birmingham called Sandwell College. That's where I did my diploma, and I went in once a week on Thursdays from 9:30 AM to 3:30 PM. I can't remember exactly how many people on the course, but I think there was about 16 of us maximum, and the course had a wide range of age groups. The oldest person on the course was actually in her 50s, a lot of people in their 40s, a few people in their 30s, and the least of us in our 20s. So you'll get to meet people from all walks of life, which is always a good thing. The course was 36 weeks, so we started in September. We were supposed to finish in June, but because the pandemic started, we had to finish the course early in March of 2020. And then we did like, I think 2 or 3 weeks online, and then they were like, yeah, this is not working, let's leave it, let's cancel it. So we stopped and we couldn't carry on, unfortunately. So in total, the course cost me £1,500, and I paid it in I think 3 or 4 installments because I was working at the time, so I could afford it, and it was not a lot for me. But you are able to get a loan if you want one, if you can't afford to pay for it up front with your own money. So the schedule that we had, I'm going to put a picture of it on the screen. Our schedule was like, we'd come in at 9:30, we'd have registration, not that it was really needed because you could literally see everybody in the class there. We sat like in a semicircle, and then we'd have a little check-in. You kind of just talk about your feelings, talk about any concerns, worries you may have, anything positive that's happened, whether to do with the course or relates to the course somehow. Or for example, if maybe you've gone through something difficult, you might say that, okay, I'm not going to be able to participate a lot in today's lesson because I'm going through something. Anything really you could bring into the check-in, which lasted about 15-20 minutes. It wasn't mandatory to say something, but we were all encouraged to say something. And then after that, we'd go into the theory. So whatever topic was for that day, we would talk about that, and then we'd have a tiny little 15-minute break around 11:30, and then we'd come back and we'd carry on with the theory, and then we'd have lunch around 1:30 for about an hour, and then when we come back, we would then do a quick recap of everything we've learned in the morning in order to prepare for the skills practice. So sometimes we do like a triad, sometimes we do like an activity, sometimes we would do like pair work, group work. So that was like more time for just an activity to integrate what we had learned in regards to theory in the morning. And then after that, we'd do like a large group feedback where we talk about what we learned. We would then discuss things that we had learned and stuff like that. And if we had to do like a presentation or something like that, we'd do that at that time. And then after that, sometimes we'd go through our assessment booklet, which I threw away when I finished the course, so I don't have it to show you guys. But we did have like a digital version as well, but we had like a paper version where we'd kind of fill in all the stuff that we'd done and talk about kind of the stuff we can put in our journals when we got home. And then we'd do a checkout and say goodbye and meet next week. So as a group, we actually wrote a group contract, like things that we should and shouldn't do in the group. Everyone contributed and we all spoke about it, and it helped us to kind of remind ourselves of things that we should and shouldn't do in the group throughout the year that everyone was on board with and stuff like that. So as for the topics that we covered, we had 5 units. Unit 1 was developing counselling skills. So this was typical stuff like active listening, silence, boundaries, communication, creating a safe environment, different types of clients, self-awareness, endings, and so on and so forth. So many different topics that we covered, and whenever we did it, we'd fill in our assessment booklet along the way to show that we'd learned about it, and I'll explain assessments later on in the video. Unit 2 was theoretical approaches in the use of counselling skills. So obviously we went over the basic counselling approaches: cognitive behavioural therapy, humanistic approach, gestalt approach, psychodynamic approach, and integrative approach. Unit 3 was working ethically with counselling skills. So this was like context and setting of counselling, referrals and stuff like that. Unit 4 was counselling skills and diversity. Unit 5 was counselling skills and personal development. So in a lot of our sessions, we would go through case studies and we'd apply theory and whatever we'd learned to those case studies to kind of give us an idea of how we can apply theory in a real life situation, because obviously we didn't do placement, so the next best option was just these case studies. We did one presentation towards the end of the year, which was about referrals in different scenarios. So having to refer a client if they come to you and something comes up, maybe addiction, abuse, self-harm, anything like that, how you'd refer them, especially if they're out of your area of expertise. So we did a presentation on that, which I think was about 15 minutes, and everyone graded us. So yeah, it was really good. The only assignment that I remember having to do was a 40-minute counselling session with somebody in the class. They brought a real issue or a made-up issue. You didn't know whether it was real or made up, and then you recorded it for 40 minutes, and then you picked 10 minutes of it that you really like. You transcribed that 10 minutes, and then you analyze that 10 minutes, which is something that I've also done in my first year of masters. Besides that, the only other thing we had to do was a portfolio. We had to keep a portfolio which was 2 sections. The first section was like all the theory stuff that we had learned, so you had to fill in the assessment handbooks to show that you had learned that thing, and I'm gonna put like a picture of what it looked like because I did it online. So you basically would have like unit 1.1.1 and then you'd write a quick summary to show that you'd learned that concept or that idea or that theory. All you have to do was just explain it in short to show that you'd understood it. And then part 2 of the portfolio was just your personal journal of your progress, what you've learned, how you're growing, what you're learning from the course, your personal growth as an individual and as a counsellor, stuff like that really. It was like a personal diary of your counselling journey essentially. So overall I really enjoyed the course, and I was kind of disappointed when we had to like cut it short because we were planning on having like a end of year party, but we never got to do that because the pandemic came along and said no. But yeah, I didn't form like a close bond with the people in my group unfortunately, so I'm not in touch with any of them anymore, but still had a really good time, and I had the most amazing tutor. Like, she was lovely. If you go to Sandwell College, I think she's still teaching there at the moment. Yeah, she was amazing. So that's all from me. I hope this video was useful. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please subscribe and like. Bye. It was a bit nerve-wracking, but because it's a small class, you kind of usually have a strong bond, and you kind of all very supportive of each other because you all know how nervous other people might get. Unit 4, and what you can expect from a level 3 diploma. So that's what you can oh gosh. Working ethically with counselling. Theoretical skills in the use of counselling skills. Unit 2 was theoretical approaches in the use of counselling. Theoretical approaches in the use of counselling skills. So yeah.